Okay, we're going to review orders of operations today. Some of you might remember back from when you learned this, there was an acronym that helped. It was PEMDAS. And what it stood for, or there's also the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, just to help you remember. P stood for parentheses. Really up there when we talk about parentheses, we're talking about any kind of grouping. So you could have like these square brackets, parentheses, absolute value signs could be a grouping. So if you want to put off the side, parentheses, but really what they're talking about is grouping. So we always do that first. Next comes exponents. That's what the E stands for. Multiplication division can be a little bit misleading. They actually go together. So you don't do multiplication before division. You just go from left to right. So whichever one comes first, you do first. So if the division comes first, you do it first. That's one of the things, drawbacks to this, PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, is it does lead you to believe that it's multiplication then division. Okay, addition and subtraction also go together. So we always do multiplication and division first, left to right, whichever one comes first. And then we do addition and subtraction again, left to right, whichever one comes first. Okay, we're just going to go through and do some examples and practice this. Here is our first one. I got 5 divided by 6 minus 1, so think about your orders of operations. We're going to start with the grouping, the parentheses. The 6 minus 1 is grouped together, so do that first. So 5 divided by 6 minus 1 is 5. Now all I have left is the division, just one operation, right? So divide those and we get 1. Let's skip past those two. We'll try this one right here. So in this case, we have 2 sets of parentheses. When this happens, you need to do the inside of both of them before you move on. So we can really do both at the same time. So I'm going to start with this one. 6 minus 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Remember, if you have parentheses next to each other, it just means we're going to multiply them. So 1 times 1, there's our answer. Okay, here's one that's a little more complicated. We have multiple sets of parentheses. We're going to start with first with the outside parentheses. So I'm going to start here and do the inside. When I go to do the inside, there's more parentheses. The 2 over here, those parentheses don't just mean that I'm multiplying, right? When we say parentheses, you're doing the inside. Well, there's only a 2 in there. There's nothing to simplify. But we do have something to simplify right here. So we're going to start with that. So I have 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, now I'm going to start with the inside of, I'm going to keep going on the inside of those parentheses. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. And now at the very end, now I do the division. So I take that parentheses and simplify it all the way down before we go on. I'm going to skip past that one. Let's do this one right here. I have 3 minus 2 squared plus 3 minus 5 plus 2. So again, I start with the parentheses, so I'm going to do the inside. Inside of there, I have a power, I have addition and subtraction. So I'm going to start just by doing the power. 2 squared is 4. Okay, I got to finish simplifying that before I do anything else. I'm going to do it all in one step. We go left to right. So I go 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 minus 5 is 2. I've got 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 plus 2. Oops. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. That's what my answer is going to come out to. This is an interesting one. So again, I got parentheses. So do that first. That's 0. 4 times 5 minus 0 times 6. Okay, before I can subtract, I need to do both of the multiplication. So 4 times 5 is 20 minus 0 times 6 is 0. 20 minus 0 is 20. Okay, this last little bit we're going to take, I'm going to skip by that one and do this next one, but you're going to have to do substitution first. So you're first going to substitute your values in and then use orders of operations to simplify. So if I do that, I end up with 3 times, plug H in, 5 plus 5 squared divided by 6. All right, so I start with the inside of the outside, the first set of parentheses. To do that part, though, I have to first do that. So we're going to start at those inner parentheses. So I have 3, and I have 5, and inside of there I have addition and a power. So I'm going to do the power first, the 5 squared first. Okay, keep going. I got to keep simplifying that. So 3 times 30 divided by 6. Okay, still got to keep going. That's still inside of there. 3 times 30 is 90. Now finally, I've got that all simplified down. Now I can actually divide it. So 15 is what that would work out to. Let's do this for our last one. So again, substitute in your values. I've got 4 cubed minus 4 plus, put 5 in for r. Okay, this is when we make there's a step in here that we make an error with a lot. That's why I wanted to do this one. So I'm going to start with my parentheses. I'm going to do this inside part. What we do a lot is go 4 plus 5 first. We go from left to right. Remember, division and multiplication come before addition and subtraction. So I've got to first do the division before I do the addition. So I have 4 cubed minus 4 plus 5 divided by 5. Okay, now I can keep going inside those parentheses. 4 cubed minus 5. Next step is exponents. I'm going to do the 4 cubed, 64, 4 times 4 times 4, minus 5. I subtract those. I end up with 59. So just be careful. When you have something like this, our temptation is to go from left to right with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's not how it works. We have to do the addition and division, the multiplication and division first, and then the addition and subtraction afterwards. Thanks, guys.